Hey yo, how's it going guys? It's José back with a brand new video. In this video I'm going to teach you how to do a fresh or clean install of full fat Windows 10. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So in terms of the requirements, what you will be needing is a USB flash drive preferably, or if you don't have a pen drive or a USB flash drive, you could work something out with a DVD drive if you still are using one of those in 2020. And on top of that, you will need another computer, or the same computer running Windows, preferably Windows 10, and an internet connection. So yeah, that's about it. So first of all, open up your browser. I'm using Microsoft Edge, that's pre-installed with Windows 10 now. And then search for Windows 10. There you have it, the first link. I'll have it linked in the description down below for you to be able to click it, no hassles. And then you will see two download links. In fact, there is the update assistance, which is not what you want, but instead you want the create Windows 10 installation media tool. Download this tool. I'm going to take some time. Take this time to plug in your USB flash drive. So there we go, so our USB is already plugged in. Next, click on the media creation tool. So the Windows is gonna prompt you to allow the device to make changes to your device. Click on yes. So there we go, the Windows logo. This tool is starting up, and this tool will download and flash the USB drive with the ISO file, with the Windows 10 ISO file. Next up, click on, you'll see a bunch of license terms and applicable notices. I don't really care about those. If you're a business, maybe you would care more about those. Click on accept. So it's getting a few things ready. This installation media tool will take some time depending upon your internet connection and your hard drive speed and at the end your USB flash drive speed. So it will prompt you to upgrade this PC or to create an installation media. This is what you want to do, create an installation media. Click on next, and for this part, let me just click on this here. You may want to choose, if you know what you're doing, you may want to alter the options. And for me personally, I would like to use the recommended options for this PC. So if you're doing the installation media on your on the computer you're going to install Windows 10 on, I would recommend you to just use the recommended options. But for the language edition and architecture, it really depends upon your own preferences and what your system supports. So please do check that out. I will not be able to know you about all of the system requirements or specifications of the computer. Click on next. Now for this part, now you may be able to download the ISO file and flash it and burn the ISO file to the USB flash drive, one other tool, but that can be quite complex for a new user. I would recommend most users who don't know how to burn an ISO file to just use the USB flash drive option, as the Windows 10 installation media is automatically gonna download Windows 10 and burn it to your USB flash drive without you having to do any additional work. So after that, you'll just need to plug in the installation media on your laptop, on your computer that you need to install Windows 10 on, and you will do the installation process. You will be ready to go. Click on next. And in this part, click on refresh drive list. You will see your USB flash drive. Here's mine. It's drive D. Here's the USB. As you can see, this may be different. I think it may be Toshiba, or I don't know, Toshiba, SanDisk, whatever. Click on next. Again, it's gonna take a while. Now this is very important part. Don't turn off your PC or anything. Just wait for it. Depending upon your internet connection, it might take a while to download Windows 10. After that, it will automatically install Windows 10 or burn in Windows 10 to your USB flash drive. And yeah, you just leave your computer for a while, take a break, have a cup of coffee, do some work, and I'll see you in how many time. I'll see you after how many times it takes. Now is a great time to tell you about our sponsor. Today's sponsor is my channel. If you haven't seen lately, my channel have not been doing quite well, and the best you can do is subscribe and like the channel. I've been putting a lot of work into it, and yeah, it would be really helpful. Anything you can do, just subscribe, like, and share the video. Yeah, that's about it. Enjoy the video. Now that our USB flash drive has already been flashed with the ISO file by the Windows 10 setup, our USB flash drive is ready to go. You could just eject it and remove it from your computer, and then yeah, we'll go from there. After successfully burning your Windows 10 ISO file to this USB flash drive right here, or whatever USB you're using, you're gonna need to plug this USB drive into your laptop or your computer. And the next step is gonna be different for each model and make. And I'm gonna recommend you to do is go in Google, search for instructions on how to boot up the BIOS of your specific model laptop or computer, and then we'll proceed from there. I'm gonna show you the step-by-step process for HP laptops. So normally it's you click on the power button, press repeatedly on the escape key. As you can see, a menu here appears. What we need to go in is the BIOS setup. So it's F10, as you can see here. I'm gonna just click on F10 on the keyboard. From here, you will only be able to use your keyboard. Mostly the gaming motherboards are the ones which enable you to use a mouse, but in most basic BIOS, you will need to use your arrow keys. So just use your arrow keys to navigate. So right key, and then down key. So what you are gonna need to do is to enter the boot options of your computer. It might be the boot options, the boot order, whatever it is, and you will see, just ignore all the above settings. You will see something like this: UEFI boot order. Make sure you enable UEFI in your system. And again, there are a ton of instructions on the internet how to do this. I'm not gonna explain it because it's different for each model and manufacturer. So then what I want you to do is, as you can see right down here, F5 or F6 is for changing the values. So using F5 and F6 as the function keys, I'm gonna move this order. What you want to do is, you see right here is USB diskette. This needs to go on top. Normally the OS boot manager will just be your hard drive. You don't have any OS installed on your system. And then if you burn your ISO file to a CD or a DVD drive, you will need do the same steps that you do, but just do it for the CD drive. So go to USB diskette. It's F6 for up. So as you can see, make sure USB diskette is on top, or if you burnt your ISO file to a CD drive, make sure internal CD drive is on top. And then there we go. This is the order you want to have. You want to have your USB diskette, so your OS boot manager next, and OS boot manager might also be named as your hard drive name. And then click on the save and exit settings. This for me is F10, and then this is saving settings. Click on yes. So now normally what happens is sometimes it prompts you to boot from USB drive. From what I can see here, it has automatically booted from the USB drive without any prompts because I have set the order as so. And there we go, we are successfully inside the Windows 10 installation. So Windows setup, this is quite new actually. Windows setup is actually prompting me if I want to upgrade my PC or I want to do a clean installation. For this video we're going to do a clean installation, and then we're going to click on no. If you just wanted to upgrade your PC with your current files, it is not something I normally recommend people to do because it can create a lot of bugs in the future. But if this is what you want, click on yes on your own, because sometimes Windows mess up quite a lot. And for our option, we're gonna need to do a clean install, so we're gonna click on new. Also, before performing installation, make sure to back up all your files on your system. Click on new. So there we are, right inside the Windows setup. Leave all this on default settings. If you want to change the language, time and currency format, it's up to you. For me, it's okay. And then click on next. Click on install now, and then setup starting. Again, I wouldn't worry much about licensing terms unless you're a business or a company. I'm just gonna accept them. Click on next. Again, another prompt to upgrade or to install Windows only. Just click on install Windows only, and then here you will see a lot of partitions. Normally the best option is to delete everything to install Windows, so that's what I'm gonna do. So right here, delete. Again, make sure to back up your data before doing any of this. You see an allocated space is going to be created, and this data is going to be accumulated up in there. Drive 0 unallocated space. Delete every partition you have on your device. And one more partition. So as you can see, everything has been deleted on the drive, and it's only labeled as drive 0 unallocated space. There is no partitions, there's just unallocated space on this hard drive. So all you need to do is click on the unallocated space. Make sure you have deleted all your partitions so that you don't get any problems with partitioning Windows in the future. Click on next. This is going to install Windows on your drive itself, and then from now on it's going to do its own thing. Again, the time taken to install Windows will depend upon the speed of your USB flash drive and the speed of your hard disk. But yeah, from now on it's gonna be pretty easy. I guess I'll see you when it's done. Take a break if you need to. Take a coffee break, do whatever you want. It's gonna do its thing in the background. Don't worry much about it. Now if you came back and came to see that your screen is on the Windows setup screen, don't worry about it, nothing has gone wrong. It has just booted again from the USB flash drive. The good news is Windows 10 has successfully been installed on your system. You only need to set up it now. So from now on, just press on the power button, turn off your computer, unplug your USB flash drive, and then power the computer back on again. Now it's booting straight off. As you can see, the USB flash drive is unplugged, and now it's booting straight from the hard drive. It has successfully installed Windows 10 on. This might take some time, especially if you have a slow hard drive or an older machine. It's gonna freeze sometimes, it's gonna restart sometimes, again and again. Don't worry about it.
Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
Once your installation process is complete, you will have quote and greeting here. You might want to use voice commands to set up the system. I don't want to. Click on your region, click on yes, and then select your keyboard layout. If you have a second keyboard layout, click on add layout. I don't have one, I'll just click on skip. Now it's gonna prompt you to connect to your Wi-Fi device or to Ethernet. I'm just gonna click on connect here. Enter your Wi-Fi password. Click on yes. Yeah, as you can see, it has been connected to the Wi-Fi network. Click on next. At the moment, I believe it's downloading updates and everything. If you have a slower system, it will be a lot faster to install updates at the start of Windows and to do it in the background. It will just significantly slow down Windows 10. Next up, it will request you to add an account, to add your Microsoft account. More specifically your Microsoft account, and then click on log into your Microsoft account. If you don't have one, log one in. It will be more easier for cloud sync and everything. So as you can see, I've successfully logged into my Microsoft account. Next step is it's going to prompt you to create a pin. You can just go along with it. If you don't want to stay signed in your Microsoft account, or you want a computer system without any sort of password or whatsoever, I'll make a video on this later on. Next, I'm gonna ask you to disable all of these settings unless you really want to Windows 10 to spy on you. Again, I don't really care that much about privacy, but I normally like all these settings being turned off because they do not usually make any difference for us and tons of data to Microsoft. Click on accept. You can just disable all these things unless you really want one of these options right there. I couldn't care less about these options. It's gonna ask you for your mobile phone number to get access to your Android phone. It's basically asking you to do is to sync Android and Windows 10. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to do it later. Turn off options. God, I hate this setup process. Back up your files with OneDrive. Again, I don't really care about this. Only save files to this PC. Oh my God, more Microsoft advertising. Click on new thanks. Click on not. I don't really care that much about Cortana. I'm gonna disable later in the system. If you really care about a personal assistant and want to use voice to control your Windows 10 device, this might be quite helpful. I don't really care about this. If you care about this, click on accept. I don't really. I'm just gonna click on not now. And yeah, I think Cortana is welcoming us once again. And now Windows is gonna do its thing, gonna restart. Oh, there we go, it's gonna put you high. We're gonna apparently get everything ready for us. Again, this might take some time. We don't really care much about it. Take off a break. You have to really be patient with these things, especially if you have a whole hard drive. I'm gonna see you when all this installation process is done. After some time, you should be if you have done all the steps as I have said, you should be welcomed with your brand new Windows 10 screen, Windows 10 installed. And yes, it's gonna be a bunch of options. We come maybe later. First thing you want to do is go and click on the stored options, click on settings. Skip now. You want to go to Window, do update and security. From there, you may want to make sure that you have the latest version of Windows 10 and there are new drivers that to install. I'm just gonna check for updates. You want to ensure that you have the latest drivers and the latest version of Windows installed. As you can see, a lot of updates need to be installed for our drivers and for Windows 10 itself. Just let it do its thing, just let it install the latest version of Windows. This is gonna ensure that you get the best experience out of your Windows 10 laptop or computer. Now my system has finished updating, these settings are past closed on its own, and on coming back to my system I've seen this kind of pop-up, we got an update for you. So better restart now, and after this it will automatically install all the latest updates, the latest version of Windows 10. And that's pretty much about it. I think I'll do a video later on how to debloat all this stuff on Windows 10, but that's for a later date. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've been able to enjoy this video and you've been able to follow me step by step. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if you like the video, dislike if you dislike, and don't forget to leave a subscribe. That will be help me. That would be massively helpful for me. I will keep posting more tech videos in the future. And yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you in the next one.